Well, Thanksgiving kicks off the busiest travel time of the year. But how can we ensure that it is the trip of a lifetime? Well, my next guest is one of the world's most traveled people and youngest American to visit 318 countries so far. Lee Abbamonte is here to give us some insight into traveling. Lee, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning.
Thank you so much. I love Arizona, so I'm always happy to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. We love Arizona too, but I know a lot of us want to travel this December. So what are some of the hottest getaways?
Well, according to a recent survey from Allianz Travel Insurance, Chicago is actually the #1 domestic destination for this holiday season, and Cancun, Mexico is actually the #1 international travel destination for this holiday season.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm talking to somebody who has really seen the world, which is so cool. I love traveling. I especially love traveling to other countries. And since you're definitely a pro in this area, maybe some tips for people who are looking to travel internationally.
Well, my biggest tip and the biggest mistake that I see people do is overpacking. Don't overpack. Don't do it. Whatever you think you need, just kind of like lay it out on the bed and then chop it in half, because really you don't need that much stuff when you travel. And if you really needed something, you could just pick it up. Also, that way you save money on check bag fees, and then you don't have to worry about the airlines losing your luggage or anything like that. So that's my #1 tip. The second tip I have, and another big mistake I see people do, is you're investing a lot of money when you travel abroad, especially if you're traveling with a partner or family or whatever. You want to protect yourself, and I protect myself with Allianz Travel Insurance. I have an annual policy because if you're spending, theoretically tens of thousands of dollars on a trip and something happens, it gets canceled, interrupted, you get injured or sick, you want to be covered and you don't want to be stuck for that money.
Great advice. I have to tell you, I've learned all of those the hard way, and I definitely get travel insurance, and I definitely don't pack too much anymore, which is such great advice. Now, you have something pretty cool also to help us called the 30 Best Lists. Tell us about that.
Well, on my website, on leeabbamonte.com, since I've been everywhere, really, and done a lot of cool stuff, I rank things by the top 30. So I call them the 30 best lists. I do like 30 best cities in the world, 30 best islands, beaches, pretty much any kind of cool travel destination or topic I like to cover on my website. So, you could just log on to leeabbamonte.com and check it out.
I love it. I'm definitely going to check it out. Now, I know another thing that you like to talk about are vacations that are volunteerism. So kind of explain what that is, and for anybody who is interested in that, maybe some tips.
Yeah, it's called voluntourism, and it's basically a combination of tourism and volunteering. But I caution people, and I always say this, you have to go with a reputable agency. And remember, just because you're volunteering doesn't mean it's free. You're actually paying an agency to set you up somewhere in the developing world, whether it's in Africa or, let's say, South America or Asia or wherever it might be. So you want to make sure you're going with a reputable agency, and you want to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and not just so you can take pictures with poor people and then stick them on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So I caution people, because there's been some incidents recently where that's people are abusing the privilege, so to speak. So those are the tips I have for that. But as long as your heart's in the right place, definitely get out there and do it. But just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons.
Again, more great advice. Now, before I let you go, tell us anything else we should know before we hit the road this holiday season.
Just be careful, do your research, plan, and if you're leaving the country, definitely protect yourself. And the most important thing, like I said, is just do the research. Know what you're getting yourself into, know what you like, don't like, want to do, don't want to do, and know your options. And really, that's it. That's the most important piece of advice. Know your surroundings and plan ahead. And for more information, check out AllianzTravelInsurance.com or TravelConfident.us.
Well, definitely check those out. Lee, thank you again so much for joining us.
Anytime. Thanks a lot, and go Wildcats.
You know it. Stay where you are. The Morning Blend will be right back.